and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings. Big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the par, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
We
Deuce and
are
Mo.
live!
Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the
Our
Kings, it's my
Thanksgiving
favorite
Eve
show.
spectacular. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night. Kings. Oh, those Kings snapped their 2-game winning streak. How are we doing?
What up, Deuce?
Hey.
Hey, Morgan.
I like your hoodie.
Thank you. Like yours.
I'm rooting for
Your
you.
crew neck, huh? Yeah, but how about those 5 and 14 Kings?
Let's go, King.
5 and 14. Well, when you
Oh.
put it like that.
It is so good to be live on Thanksgiving Eve. You know how I am with holidays, Morgan.
Dude.
How many times am I going to be emotional over the next month plus between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve?
You've been emotional leading up to Thanksgiving. I mean, you literally, yes, dude. It's what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
And so a lot of kids have school off this week. And since we're together this week, every single time that you saw like a family walking around the park together, or you saw like kids just frolicking on the sidewalk, being like, he literally stops and goes, God, I love this time of year. Like that refers to it being the holidays because like they're out of school and people have time together, and it's very sweet. But sometimes I'm like, is he gonna cry?
Hey, man, it gets me.
I
It's probably what I longed for as a kid, having that togetherness with my family.
okay, really?
Just
You-
get deep here on a Thanksgiving Eve.
Fuck.
What are you sipping on over there? You got a little, I thought you were making some tea or something.
Oh, I was making tea. I was gonna grab a glass of Sentivo wine, and I was gonna drink water. So I had 3 things
Why aren't you just getting them?
because I forgot now. But we already started the show.
I'm sipping on a Klossdaler Santa NA tonight.
Wow, fun.
Just tastes like Christmas.
Yes,
The winter ale.
good for you.
Thank you. Well. A lot to talk about after this Kings loss. My goodness. What a weird game. And also just a crazy, can I just say this?
Yeah.
Pre-holiday games are always the most interesting, especially the
Oh,
night before.
God.
Because let me just tell you, people were living life tonight.
There,
The drinks were flowing
the
tonight.
drinks flow for some people where I'm like, you have a problem, you have a problem, you need to get help, and you need to get help.
There's one like 20-year-old in front of me, like sitting where I am at the NBC set right below me. And he's like trying to like talk to me, whatever. And I mean, he is hammered. He starts standing on his seat. I'm like, you can't do that. Security's going to kick you. You can't do that. I'm like, you need to go drink some water. And he looked at me like, what? I'm like, water. You're just trust me on this. Take it from the unk. You know?
Unk.
Take it
No,
from the-
but you know what's also fun about the like eve of a holiday or just around the holidays? So many more people are coming to games and everything too, because
Yeah.
sometimes they're around or whatever. And I am not kidding. The amount of Deuce and Mo podcast fans that like come up that are just the sweetest, and then are a different age range.
Yeah.
Old, young, mid-range. What would
You could just say from young to old. That's probably one way to cover it.
mid-range? Yeah. But from old to young, men and women,
Yeah.
it's the coolest. Thank you. Like I'll never I'll always cherish that feeling. It's so cool.
We cherish the people hanging out with us live.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome. Thanksgiving Eve. Appreciate you guys being here. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. All it does is help our channel grow. And after this podcast, make sure to comment on YouTube. John in the chat says, Juice was super into his pregame prep today. Totally thought about taking a video to turn it into a GIF. Yeah, I mean, I think I might have been at one point practicing my breakdown, like as I was watching the film, and I was getting, because Morgan kind of looked at me funny when I was looking into it.
It was so awkward. I was just like, "What are you doing?"
I was just getting amped up. That's what I do.
It was like that annoying kid in school that acts like they're way smarter than you or something in some way, and you were like, "Dude." And I was like, should I be doing this right now?
It's what I do to get, it's how I break down plays. I'm energized.
Should I be doing this right now? That's literally what I was asking myself.
Okay, whatever. You suck. Thank you so much for everyone here tonight. Shout out to Cayman, Jesse, James, Not Chance. What's up, Tyler? Seattle Sonic with the super chat. Dude, great reminder. I'm writing that down.
Uh-oh.
I failed the audience last game. We got all these super chats, and I did not get to one single super chat. I forgot. I was off last show, and now I got to go back and do that.
Yeah, he was off last. Well, I didn't think he was off, but he was like, I forgot to mention when DeMar dunked the ball, and
all the teammates helped him up.
Helped him up. It's just an energetic moment, and I forgot super chats. I'm like,
the
so
super
you were
chat.
off?
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely get to all the super chats from last game. It'll be fun too. J Mock in the chat says, I was at the game tonight. I think I summarized what we have been through as a fan base in the fourth, down 9. I said, you name a more excited fan base to be down 9. Yeah, I mean,
so true. It's
absolutely.
so cool.
Give me a hell yeah.
It's special.
All right, let's have some fun on our Thanksgiving Eve extravaganza. We'll talk some Kings hoops. I'm sure there's some rumors to talk about tonight. And I'll make Morgan talk about what she is thankful for.
I'll make you talk about what you're thankful
you know I'm ready.
He's got a list.
Deuce and Mo coming out. 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo.
I suck.
Hey,
I had it down.
hey.
All right,
Wait, you're not going to say you suck, though.
I don't. 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. It is Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night before Turkey Day. The Kings on the home floor looking for their third consecutive win, an NBA Cup game against a Phoenix Suns team that has been playing pretty solid, coming off a loss to Houston the other night, but definitely a talented team. Sacramento, could they keep it going on the home floor? Maybe a quick start. Did not happen. 41-16 in the first quarter, and something I don't think I've ever seen in an NBA game to start. 0 assists in the first quarter. Sacramento would make a run, make a push in the third quarter. It was a game in the fourth, but too many turnovers, too many miscues, too many defensive breakdowns, and the Kings lose at home to the Suns 112-100. They're now 5-14 on the season. And this podcast is always presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. How you doing, Mo?
I'm good.
I'm good too.
Day before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Can't bring me down.
You can't, but goddamn, they'll try.
Yeah. Nice try, idiots. No, it was it. You know what's crazy? On the NBC's post-game show that we did together, I felt a lot more optimistic, and it's wild what like processing time can do for you mentally, whether it's a game or just like anything that happens to you in life. And I was feeling pretty good. I was like, oh my God, that was a good fight, like a good response, whatever. We'll get to that. I was truly feeling that. And then as I got in the car, as I got here, I'm still fine. Like my expectations weren't even that they were going to win this game or anything, but I think I'm going back and reliving the first quarter a little bit more, the first half, but mostly the first quarter. And I'm like, that shit just sucks. Like you can't play games like that, and especially for an entire quarter when you're already just not a great team in the league.
The first quarter was dreadful.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the turnovers. They did have 7 of those in the first quarter and no assists. The defense, the breakdowns. It was like they just were not prepared to play this game coming out of the gates. And that just can't happen. You know, we've talked about this so many times over the years. It's like poor starts over the last couple of years or bad third quarters. This one, you're just like, as a fan, it's just so infuriating because you just saw them play 2 pretty good games. And I know the Suns were a much different team, and we'll talk about the Suns too because they did some good things tonight, and they were a different type of matchup than Minnesota and Denver.
Yeah.
But like from the jump, one of the first plays, it was like Phoenix scores, Eubanks inbounds to LaVine.
Oh my
Russ
God.
is on the other side. Gillespie's kind of playing in the middle because Gillespie's picking up from the jump, 94 feet.
Yeah.
And LaVine, who's got the ball, instead of just bringing up the floor, no one's on him, he decides to have a lazy bounce pass that I think was intended for Westbrook. But
was it or Eubanks?
Gillespie stole it away. Either way, it was outrageous. And that
Yeah.
was kind of the theme of the first quarter, where you saw a Kings team that was being pressured nonstop and not being able to handle the pressure, making really poor decisions with passes. I mean, right after that turnover by LaVine, then there was a sequence he got the ball and he steps out of bounds. And you're just watching going, is this really happening? Are you coming out of the gates like this? LaVine had 6 turnovers, just an awful game for him. Westbrook had 5 turnovers. And the Kings end up in this game throwing the ball everywhere, where Phoenix scores 34 points off their 19 turnovers in this game. But it was all the first quarter. I mean, you can't dig yourself that type of hole. And they dug out of it and made it a game, but 41-16?
Yeah. It looked bad. It was a hole. And on top of all that, the fans knew it was bad. And
the Boo Birds were out.
And I just remember just cringing like, shit, well, they deserve this. And it was cool. And we'll talk about it later on. It's like this crowd is into it. Like it's a playoff game, whatever you want to call it, you know, even when they're down 10, it's awesome. But that first quarter, to present that as a product, as something that was allowed to even be on the floor, was just awful. You just mentioned some of the turnovers. I mean, we saw so many turnovers early on where it wasn't even because of the Phoenix Suns defense. And how many times were you and I giving love to this Suns defense on the postgame show because it was so tenacious? You had Gillespie picking up 94 feet. Dylan Brooks doing what he always does. I mean, we'll talk about Mark Williams and everything that he was doing all night long, but just in the paint as a rim protector, whatever. And I still thought the Kings did a good job at times getting into the paint and getting to the rim because they couldn't do anything else. They weren't passing the ball around to even get a shot up or anything in the first. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was just like not a fun product to even watch in that first quarter.
And you get down 41-16. Good luck winning that game. And that's what's a shame is you watch that game and go, okay, well, you lost the game in the first quarter. Of course, that's not totally accurate. They were able to get back in the game in the third quarter, but you just saw some of the same mistakes in the second quarter. You know, the starting group just had so many miscues tonight. And then defensively, it's just not doing the right things. There was like a pick and roll situation, and Keegan is picking up the roller Mark Williams, but DeMar DeRozan shading over from the corner to also pick up Mark Williams and leaving Colin Gillespie open. You can't leave this guy open. He's one of the best catch and shoot guys in the league. What did you say they said on the broadcast the other night?
Over 50% from catch and shoot threes. It was like 53%, but I don't want to be wrong.
So miscommunication, no communication. Then you had a different situation where Russ decides to go under on a screen. Well, you can't go under on Colin Gillespie. Like I these are just things that
you have to know.
You can't. These can't happen. Like I want to see it from like Maxime Reynaud when he makes a mistake in pick and roll coverage. Like, okay, hey rookie, come here, let's figure this out. But when the vets are doing it, it's like that's not okay.
And that's when you'll question an effort. I think sometimes what some athletes or just even people will think like, when you're questioning effort, that it's like they didn't run after a loose ball. And it's like, no, I'm questioning your mental effort as well with even knowing your personnel or how you are navigating over a screen or going under it, or even, at times Dennis Schroeder was out tonight. We'll talk about that. But when we're criticizing the way that he's pointing at, you got him, just trying to show the optics of why he's not closing out on someone because he was communicating for someone else to get out there. It's like, no, those are effort things as well that we are going to question with some of these guys.
And then, man,
What?
it's just some of the vets. It's the frustration because I there's also great things in this game. Like I walk away from tonight watching Keegan Murray play basketball and go, he is the Kings' best player. And for some, that could be a stretch because it's like, well, he's got to prove it offensively consistently. Tonight, he ends up in this game with 19 points, 8 rebounds. He had 3 assists, a couple of steals, a block, 7 of 16 shooting, 2 of 9 from 3. But Keegan Murray is playing some high-level basketball right now. And I think another thing that killed him in this game is he was in foul trouble early. Some of the fouls early.
The second
little
one.
ticky-tack.
Yep.
Little ticky-tack. And Keegan picking up 2 fouls, having to come out of the game early in the first quarter when they already got off to kind of a weird start. I felt like it was a killer for that group. And then you have to wait to put him back into the game until the second quarter. So he came out of this game, let's see here. First quarter, he comes out at 3:09. When does he return? About 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. But my point is, Keegan Murray, every time he was on the floor tonight, the Kings looked like a better team.
Looked like a different team. A better team, a different team. There's someone super reliable on both ends of the floor. And that's why when you said, even earlier, about Keegan Murray possibly being the best player on this team, on this Kings roster, I confidently was like, yeah, like for sure. And you're like, well, there's people who would challenge that with being consistent with it. We've only seen, 4 games now, whatever. But I still think it's obvious. And I think it's where it's obvious is when you look at him as a whole basketball player in today's NBA, even when it comes to his age, his athleticism, his size, his ability to score on the offensive end, but maybe because of certain pieces on this roster over the years, even as he kept growing as a basketball player, hasn't been able to just shine through that. This year will be very telling as we see changes to the roster. And then defensively, it just keeps getting better every single year, and his versatility on that in the floor. And that's why I can confidently say that he's the best player on this team.
We were watching him before the game do his pregame work. And you're like, oh, man. It's just his offense looks so much better this year. So, yeah, part of it is like opportunity for sure. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But he is doing things with the ball, handling the ball on his drives, bring the ball low on these drives, finishing with reverses.
Yes.
He's attacking in ways that we just haven't seen. It's a huge credit for him working on his game. One of the things he was talking about is during the offseason, he got out of Sacramento, worked out in some different spots, really worked on his game, kind of just focused in on that. And you could tell it's paying off. He looks like a totally different player offensively. And there's no better example of this when he hits those back-to-back threes when the Kings are back into the game, right? He goes back-to-back threes. And at that point, you're going, give this guy the ball every time. And, of course, they didn't because, of course, you wouldn't. You don't give the guy the ball, even though, okay, namaste. But there's no better example than this than after, you know what Keegan did? He was screaming after that play. When was the last time you saw Keegan Murray ever look like this in a Kings uniform?
I don't think ever. Is that AI?
You've never seen him pumped up like that after a play. That's a guy that is growing. That's a guy that is believing that he is legitimate as an NBA player. I love his confidence right now. And if there's a bright spot, it is him. Now I'm turning on Kings games every night or at the arena. I'm looking forward to every time he's in the game. And tonight, he ends up playing the entire third quarter again. And what do you know? He impacts things, right? His defense tonight, how about the one play where Devin Booker looked like a man on the mission attacking the basket? And you're like, oh, man, Devin's got him beat. He gets back in the play and blocks Devin Booker. He made Booker's life more challenging tonight. He can't do it alone. Sometimes he had to switch on the Mark Williams. He was forcing him into tough shots. Keegan Murray, it doesn't matter who you put him on, he's going to make that player work. It's tremendous, and he's turning into an absolute two-way stud. I love what I'm seeing from him, and now I'm sounding like the Kings just won the game, but I'm legitimately fired up to watch the guy.
And that's the whole point of this season, though, Deuce, is that we said that at the beginning of this season, where our expectations were, how we felt about this team, about this roster. Okay, don't care what happens in this transition year as long as we're seeing some of the future pieces grow. Those future pieces, thinking it was going to be, Keegan Murray, even Nick Clifford a little bit. Keon Ellis is obviously on our list. But for Keegan Murray specifically, to see some growth, especially with him after coming back from this injury, with the wrapped hand and everything, yeah, it's exactly what you need to see. You need to see him with the basketball, and it's okay. Even after shitty losses, where I don't even think this was obviously one of the shittier losses, because of the response.
Yeah.
If we go back to the first quarter, we're like, damn. But because of the response, it's like, okay, not one of the shittier losses. Absolutely, these are the things that I am looking forward to talking about, breaking down after games.
The other guy that jumped out to me, Keon Ellis.
I know.
Who gets opportunity tonight, probably because Dennis Schroeder is out, but also because, Zach LaVine was not good tonight. And Keon comes in this second quarter. And he was part of the first quarter group that had some issues too, so I'm not acting like he was perfect or anything. But what I do know, this guy comes out and brings juice to a game.
Mm-hmm.
If you've listened to us over the years, I'm obsessed with that. When I see Malik Monk come, there's some juice.
Oh, yes.
But Keon's is a little different, right? Keon is out there pressuring Devin Booker on the perimeter, digging at the ball, knocking it away. Active, using those hands. Yep. And for a Kings team that has so many issues defensively, when I see lineups that feature him out there, Nick Clifford and Keegan, oh my God, I'm excited. And seeing Keon out there, again, I'm watching him and I have the same feeling I get nearly every time he plays. I go, why is he not playing more? And tonight was 23 minutes, which is great, but you see why this guy needs to be playing, and I understand the dynamics. There's 800 guards on this team, but dear God, then make a trade so this guy can get out there. He is a winning role player in this league. Yeah. He goes out there and impacts things. How about the play? He hits a three in the corner, He sprints his ass back on defense and blocks a shot.
Yep, in transition. Yeah.
It was a tremendous defensive play, and what did that do? It got the place energized again. It got people believing again. Love it. He also had pressure on Booker in that quarter to force a turnover.
It isn't one of those, I think over the years, because the Kings haven't had like a whole bunch of amazing things and talent to look at over the years, where you see them try to grab onto any hope when it comes to some of these younger players or two-way players or players with these journeys and stories and everything. Keon is the real deal as a role guy in this league. Like, his game keeps growing year by year since he was in Stockton all the way to now on both ends of the floor. And yes, he has his flaws. A lot of them, even when it comes to size and what you want to see more from him when he's defending someone up around the perimeter and not angle his body so much, or can he stay with some, whatever. Like, we can nitpick all we want, but then you got to make sure you're nitpicking the other guys and their flaws, even if they have a longer resume, even if they've won more games in this league. It's just this league has evolved so much that you have to be willing to evolve with it.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what it looks like going forward. Schroeder missed tonight with a hip issue. He was questionable going into the game, ends up missing tonight. We don't know about his status coming up Friday when the Kings are in Utah to take on the Jazz. But it was good seeing Keon out there, and I liked what I saw from him. 6 points. He had 3 steals, 2 blocks, 2 of 5 shooting, 2 of 4 from downtown. And he did that in 23 minutes of work.
Damn, dude.
He also was a part of a group that closed this game tonight.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine came out of this game at the 5:47 mark of the fourth quarter, did not return. Second consecutive game, he does not play in the late stages of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think part of it is like the Kings want more size out there, but look, Monk was closing the game with Ellis, DeMar, Keegan, and Precious Achua. Zach LaVine is in a bad spot right now.
And how crazy is it from where he started this season to right now? Like it's such a quick
yeah.
night
I
and
mean,
day.
when you have a turnover like he did at the start of this game, that just tells me you're not kind of in the right headspace at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm
Locked
sure
in.
there's a multitude of reasons. This season hasn't been smooth for Sacramento. He's had hot moments, like you mentioned. Now he's in this moment where it's like very inconsistent, and he's probably struggling with the fact that he's not closing games at times. Let's go to what he had to say in the locker room after the game. This is courtesy of James Ham.
No assists. Was that pretty indicative of just the shooting, the ball movement? How'd you kind of look at that?
I mean, every game has been different for us. You know, we've been playing 2 games, we played really good, and then, you know, we ended up playing like this. So, got to find a rhythm somehow, some way, but each game has been different.
Is it because of that? Is it a consistency thing? Is it more so to your effort?
I don't know. You guys can say all you want to about effort. We play hard as we can. We're in here exhausted. I don't know.
Okay, just going to pause that real fast again. Something that gets talked about. I always find it lazy when people go, the Kings lost tonight because of poor effort. But what Morgan said at the start of this podcast is dead right. Effort is like being locked in mentally, too. We're not just talking about physical. Or are you running up and down the floor? Are you being physical with your man? No. We're talking about being engaged
Knowing
into
your
the
personnel.
game and understanding. And like the mistakes happen for sure, but repeated mistakes and just miscues that cost your team, those are tough to swallow for a lot of people. Anyway.
What can you take away from that second half and just maybe that run that you made in the third?
I think God just tried to do. I mean, we knew that we can get back against them. You know, they did that to us. You know, we got close, but I think that 40-point first quarter is just too big of a hole, and everything has to go perfect. You got to make a ton of shots and get a ton of turnovers. So, good fight in the second half, but obviously we don't play for more victories.
Where's your frustration level right now?
Not good. You know, we're frustrated we're not winning. Guys are frustrated that they're not playing right or playing in the way that would best suit them. You know, we're all trying our heart out though, so that's what we get paid for.
How do you guys climb out of this?
I mean, we got to look each other in the face and try to encourage each other and get ourselves better. Guys in here don't try their heart out either way. Don't play hard. They don't try to play for each other and figure it out.
When you talk about those frustrations, is it similar to maybe anything you've experienced before, or is this kind
No.
of its own animal?
No, you know, this is something new for a lot of guys here.
Oof, that smirk at the end. Something new for a lot of guys here.
I mean, yeah, it's a new experience once again, but it's like, I wonder if it's a new frustration because you have pieces or names, if you want to say that, talent, individuals on this roster where it's like, yeah, no shit, we can bring it together, right? We can get this going. And then when you realize like, oh, we just don't click or we don't mix or we don't connect, I'm sure it does become a whole different type of frustration than a lot of them have ever seen.
Well, you think about last game, Keegan Murray ends up playing 44 minutes in that game. So he was on the floor most of the game.
Yeah.
When he was off the floor, you felt like, oh, this is the team that lost 8 in a row. Like the guys are having to play up in their positions, right? You're all of a sudden playing DeMar at the 4, and you're seeing kind of how he will get exposed because he's just a small, he's not a 4, right? And I think some of these guys feel that frustration. That was one of the really frustrating elements this year, I think, for guys. And then I think offensively, yeah, I mean, you could tell he's frustrated by like, I'm trying to figure out the offense too, right? Because I think some of it is like so many guys have been in and out of the lineup, but there was a report today that from Real GM that Sabonis is not happy about his role in the offense.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, okay. How do we make you happy? Because you weren't happy with your role with Mike Brown. You're not happy. if that's true,
Yeah.
I think part of it is some of these guys got to control what they can control. And the one thing you can control is how you go about your business, how you go about things offensively, not taking bad shots. And I saw that a lot from some of the vets tonight, taking contested bad shots, early shot clock where you go, I know you can make that because you're a skilled offensive player, but is there a better shot out there? Here's one example. Zach LaVine did a great job getting into the paint. He kicked it to the corner to Westbrook. Westbrook, more times than not, is going to be open in that position, but he hesitated. And he looked like he wanted to swing it, decided to put it on the floor. He could have swung it out to Keegan Murray, who spaced the floor. Instead, he decided not to. Keegan relocates up at the top with Colin Gillespie on him. Westbrook could have drove and kicked it out to Keegan, and maybe Keegan takes a shot, maybe he puts it on the floor and attacks Colin Gillespie. Instead, Westbrook drives in to the paint with 3 defenders, and they're trying to force it to Eubanks, and it goes out of bounds. And these are the type of decisions where you're like, okay, guys, like, we're not a good enough team to have these type of mistakes.
Yeah. And you talk about control what you can control, and just to, again, I mean, I don't even think I need to do this, but to humanize the athlete too, just any human.
Yeah.
When frustrating things happen in your life, or like you're a competitor and you're losing, or something isn't going your way, it's so much easier said than done to just like turn it off and be like, okay, well, I'm still going to feel this way or feel good or whatever. But if you go to the physical aspect of controlling what you can control, these guys are professionals. They've been playing the game such a long way. Like, you might not be happy out there with certain things, whether you're not playing or you're frustrated on a play. I'll get to that play in a second. But control how you want to carry yourself on the floor with a pass, with a decision, with your shot selection. Because like all of those things, truly, to like the art form of basketball being played beautifully and correct, it's like these people have been doing that for so long, and you still can do it. You have good enough pieces and talent and professionals out here to do something with that. And I just feel like at times when they make the mistakes that they make, it's like we said, it's the focus, it's not being locked in, and it's showing your frustrations in some of the passes and some of the turnovers. And one of the plays I want to talk about was when Drew Eubanks and Russell Westbrook were in the paint. They're kind of caught up, and it was just so weird. The spacing was weird. And I saw Zach LaVine around the perimeter just shaking his head. He's on the floor. Like he could relocate, cut, like maybe it might bring his defender in, but just something else, communicate. And it was like he was just shaking his head, and I was like, no, you can't. I shouldn't be seeing that right now. And I saw it.
It's no secret. There's enough reports out there that suggest that Sacramento is going to be looking toward the future. They would love to move off some of these vets. That's been widely reported. Yeah. That's not always an easy thing to deal with as a player. It's frustrating. And there could be some guys, who knows, there could be some of those guys that are like, yeah, please.
Sure.
Please. And like the longer it goes, the losing happens. It's just hard. And it's easy to be kind of happy and have a smile on your face if you're maybe not in the game, if your team's winning.
Yeah.
The vibes are good. You're happy for your guys because they like each other.
Sure.
But when things aren't going well, right? And then you're on the bench, you're not playing well, and it's like frustrating. And then you're thinking about the future. That's what gets tough. And so I guess my advice would be like, just stay locked in. You stay locked in is going to help everyone. It's going to help the Kings be more competitive. It's going to keep fans engaged and be like, yeah, I respect that you guys are playing the right way. And more importantly, it's going to help you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your long-term future in Sacramento or elsewhere, allows other teams to see what you can do. And I know this is easier said than done, for sure.
For sure.
Acknowledged it, but that was just kind of one of my things.
And one of the other things I wanted to give some love to, though, because we gave love to it after that last game with Doug Christie making the decision to keep DeMar rolling, to keep Malik Monk out there and sit LaVine. And in this game, again, obviously a different outcome in so many different ways, but decided to take LaVine out, like you had mentioned, with 5 something left on the clock. And what I like about it is that Doug's kind of showing like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm trying to win a game and I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what your resume is. Like, this is the roster. This is the team I'm giving. I'm supposed to coach it. I'm supposed to coach it freely, and I need to do what I need to do. And even if that's going to piss you off or do this, it doesn't mean I don't respect you. It means I'm just trying to do everything I can to win some basketball games.
And I get all the frustration from the guys because it's not just, what we were talking about earlier, where on the defensive end, when Keegan was out and with some of the size issues, especially Sabonis too, guys are having to guard up. You don't have rim protection. It's just everything's compounding. It just feels like it's an avalanche, right? Yeah. And then offensively, they definitely lacked an identity, right? And obviously they're still trying to figure that out. Sabonis has been a key part of their offense over the last few years. But the problem with the offense this year, maybe why Sabonis is frustrated, is maybe they're not running it through him as often. Here's the problem, though. When you don't have the proper spacing, it's really hard. One, Sabonis hasn't been spacing the floor this year.
Yeah.
You don't have spacing around him consistently in the lineup. We haven't seen Sabonis and Keegan together, right? Sabonis went out the day Keegan came back.
Yeah.
So, that was going to be a challenge too. So I think they were trying to put Sabonis in different spots, get him some different looks, and try to figure it out. And they have really struggled to find an identity. However, I do like some of the things I am seeing from them with Keegan Murray back when they go with some of the other guys who want to share the ball. I think Russ has done a pretty good job. Turnover's not great, but getting into the paint and getting the ball moving. Like, those are all encouraging signs, but they've really struggled to find an identity. And look, when you're 5-14, everybody's going to be frustrated. You should be frustrated.
Yeah. No, the frustrations are absolutely fair. No one likes to lose a game. I don't care if it's Jenga. Like, you just don't want to lose. Yeah. Are you serious?
You get mad when you lose Jenga?
I don't get mad because I know how to control my anger, unlike the old me. But like, now I just, I want to win. Like, I'm really good.
When's the last time you played Jenga?
Not that long ago, actually. I'm trying to, I feel like probably in the last 8 months. That's not bad.
I bet you Keegan's great at Jenga.
Okay.
Just super controlled, even with his hand wrapped, he's just like.
I would beat him. 100% I would beat him. I've it's.
I don't think you would, but
yeah,
sorry,
yes, I would. It's if you know how to balance it with the other fingers, and then like while you take, like I'm very good at Jenga. Very good.
I'm glad you're good at something.
Yeah, I'm really good at Jenga.
Proud of you, man. Proud of you.
Proud of you and your stupid face.
At halftime, it was 67-45. Kings did a good job in the third quarter getting back into the game. They hold Phoenix to just 16 points. It was 28-16 Sacramento, and they were down 10 going into the fourth quarter, 83-73. Keegan was on the bench to start the fourth quarter, and the Suns start with a 7-0 run. And then it was just like mistakes again, turnovers. Really hurt them in this game.
It did. There were too many that were just tough to look at. Like, where I wasn't going, oh man, it was Colin Gillespie's
Gillespie, yeah.
What'd I say?
I don't know, like
Colin Gillespie.
You didn't say it like that. We can go back to the tape. Hey, you called me out last time, and you're right. You could just trust that I was right. That you said.
Wait.
You said it kind of funny.
I'll
write that
I
down,
said it kind of funny, or I said it wrong.
You
like,
did
that's
say it
two
wrong.
different things. That's two different things.
You're gonna make me do this live now. Let's do.
No.
We are going live to the tape on delayed. Here we go.
Ridiculous.
You called me out last time, and you're right. What? You could just trust that I was right. That you said.
Wait.
You the fourth quarter, and the Suns start with a 7-0 run, and then it was just like mistakes again, turnovers. Yeah, really hurt them in this game.
It did.
Here you go.
There were too many that were just tough to look at. Like, where I wasn't going, oh man, it was Colin Gillespie's. Oh shit, I did. Okay.
Gillespie?
Yeah,
Gillespie. Gillespie.
And I'm sober. Well, shit.
Who was right? Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, there were so many turnovers where it wasn't just the Suns defense or Colin Gillespie with the perimeter pressure.
Yeah.
It was like unforced and just mental mistakes. And so again, those are the games where you're just frustrated, but you're also frustrated too because you finally got your crowd back into it.
man.
Not only in this specific game, but it's a day before a holiday. You just won 2 straight. What are you gonna do next? Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Speaking of the Suns, they did a good job on Booker. He was 6 of 22 in this game. They threw some double teams at him. Some of that, it's just so tough to throw double teams at someone like him, right? Because then you got 2 on the ball.
Yes.
Everyone better be engaged. I didn't love doing that all the time. Yeah, you got the ball out of his hands, but other people hurt you. And Mark Williams
Oh my goodness.
benefited from that in a major way, whether rolling to the basket, second chance opportunities, making plays in the short roll. Like, he was phenomenal in this game. And that's the challenge, right? Because you put 2 on the ball. Who's going to be the guy that's picking up Mark Williams? A couple of times it was Keegan, and it worked out okay.
Yeah.
One of the times Keegan was out of the game, it was DeMar DeRozan picking him up. And Mark Williams is a monster. He is tall. He's athletic. He's got a 7'6" wingspan. And he just looked like it was like men amongst boys out there from a size perspective. He was awesome in this game. He had 21 points, 17 rebounds. But get this, 10 of those 17 rebounds were offensive rebounds.
Yes, and that's where I was going to go with even those being offensive rebounds. Not only how deflating it was, but he was just a monster on the second chance opportunities for the Suns.
I would have played Booker straight up more often.
So that's where I was going to go. The throwing 2 at Booker. There's just certain players in this league that you cannot blitz, that you cannot throw a double at. It's just going to screw with the entire defense. You're not, especially if you're not a good defense and you don't have good help defense, you don't communicate enough. All those things, you have to be close to perfect if you're going to do that. And Devin Booker is such a good point guard where he can make the quick decision. He ended up with how many assists? 6 assists in this game. But it wasn't, I mean, it's not even that part being where he's actually doing the facilitating. It's just him starting the offense because, all right, I got 2 guys coming out on me because they don't want me to go downhill into the paint right away.
Yeah, so he had 19 points in the game, 6 of 22 shooting. Colin Gillespie, outstanding. 21 points, 9 assists in the start, couple of steals, 8 of 15 shooting, 4 of 9 from downtown for Gillespie. And I just love the energy he plays with. Just a really skilled player. He could shoot it. He puts pressure on the defense, gets into the paint. He's a tough cover.
He really is in so many different ways. And just defensively, what he does as well. Just so active.
That's a good point. He's picking up 94 feet the whole time.
But it's like him picking up 94 feet isn't just to put the pressure on. It's like making an instant impact. 94 feet. So, yeah, I was expecting the Suns to look good. Like, I was, 12-7 now. Sure, their record, but even just watching a little bit of them this year, and this is, by the way, without Grayson Allen too.
Yeah, well, Jalen Green, who hasn't really been healthy, came back, and he's out again. Also missing Ryan Dunn tonight, who's another long defender, right? So, it's not like they're completely healthy. Shout out to Jamari Bouye, by the way.
I was gonna say that.
G League legend, USF Dawn.
Yep.
They just signed him recently. He had 11 points off the bench, 4 of 6 shooting, 3 of 5 from downtown. And some of those were second chance opportunities. Some of those were just being aggressive off turnovers. Those second chance opportunities were killer tonight. The final number, they ended up having how many offensive rebounds? They had 18. That's crazy. 18 offensive rebounds in this game. 10 of those from Mark Williams, as we mentioned. The second chance points were 24-18. Points off turnovers, 34 to 26, which is a high number, by the way. Sacramento scored 26 off their turnovers, but too many miscues. Again, when you turn the ball over 19 times and the opposing team has 34 points off those, they're like scoring almost every time.
Yeah. No, it was a tremendous effort by the Suns, but also it just looked like the style that they're used to playing, even going into their bench, going into their depth. It was like...
Great lesson here, too, talking about this. I'm glad we're mentioning the Suns right now.
What?
Last year, in the last couple of years, right? Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. Oh, this could be one of the best teams. And it never worked, right? It never worked.
Nope.
They get rid of Durant. They move on from Beal. They're a better team, right? And now they have to prove it throughout the course of the season. They've had a schedule that they've gotten the opportunity to face a lot of teams below 500. But I also don't like ding them that much because I don't look at them as like a contender. They're beating the teams they're supposed to beat.
Yeah. And they're doing it in a fashion, in a style that like works and makes sense.
Yeah, they share the ball. They're playing physical.
They can go into their bench.
They've got athletic bigs. And that's the thing. Another thing take away from this game tonight. And I say the same thing when I watch the Warriors play, who fell to 10-10 tonight. The Clippers and how they've been this year, even though they've had some injuries, and Sacramento. There's just some nights you're going, God, why is this team so much more athletic and faster, more physical, and has more size? Oh, you're one of the oldest teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yep.
And the Clippers, Warriors, and Kings, the two top three oldest teams in the league. Sometimes they've got nights because they've got like skilled play. They've got bucket getters, right? And they, depending on the matchup, they can do some damage. But when you face teams that come at you with force, right? You've got length at every position. You've got enough depth, as seen tonight, where other guys can impact you. It's tough. And so, yeah, is Phoenix better than Denver or Minnesota? Well, no, they're not, but they present a different challenge for a team like Sacramento. And I think one of the things we had talked about before the game, the last couple of games, the bigs, Valanciunas and Jokic don't want to run. If you push against them, you're going to have some success every once in a while because they're not sprinting back all the time, right? Same with Rudy Gobert and Randall. Randall's the type of guy, if he's making mistakes or missing shots, he's jogging back. And you can exploit that. Well, in Phoenix, there's no exploiting that.
Yeah.
Because Mark Williams is a freak.
Get rim to rim.
You know, Nick Richards off the bench, he can get up and down the floor, and you just have a lot more athleticism. And I think that was another thing that jumped out to me watching this game. And that's why I am just so excited to see what it looks like later. I feel like I've been saying this since August, September. This team that you're watching tonight is probably not going to be the team you see come February in the trade deadline. And, you know, the times I was most excited tonight, and it wasn't just because it's the young guys, it just felt like it flowed better, were times when you had Keegan out there, Keon, Neek, even Max.
I was just about to mention, and then it was Malik Monk, and it was with that lineup. You said to me, you're like, gosh, can you imagine us watching this lineup more and more later on into this season? And just being realistic about it, if that's the direction that Scott Perry and this team go when it comes to tweaks. And I'm just like, yeah, I could. And even if they're losing, even if they're having their bad moments that they're going to have because they have a lot to learn, I'm more excited to see a team develop their young guys a future, because that's what a lot of teams are doing right now, and they're not sticking around just trying to get the names.
And that's the tough part too, I think, for some of these bets on Sacramento, is like understanding the big picture that when you're in a spot where you're sitting at 5-14,
and
there's not like a lot of signs that it's turning around in the right way. You've seen some positive signs with the Denver, Minnesota wins. You have to start looking a little bit to the future. And so, like, someone who is used to playing 35 minutes, maybe playing 29, 30, and may not be closing games. And that's just another thing.
Mental hurdle.
Mental hurdle you have to overcome. God, shout out to everyone hanging out with us.
Yeah.
316 people live. Yes, give me a hell yeah.
316.
That's why I said it.
Give me a hell yeah.
If you have not done it yet, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Are any of you guys with your families right now watching? Are you away from your families watching on your phone? Or are you just kind of chilling by yourself? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, just curious.
Let's get to some super chats.
Hell yeah.
Super chats. We'll get to some from last night. That'll be funny to do. Shout out to Seattle Sonic. He donated $2. We mentioned that. He says, sack fact, 6 blocks, 9 steals for Sacramento.
Wow.
Also, Billy McFly 90 donates $2 and says, what's the scoop on that mad fan? Yeah, there was something on social media where there was a fan behind the Kings bench late in the game giving Zach LaVine the business. And it looked like even Scott Perry, who was kind of seated near the Kings, behind the Kings bench. We don't know what's happened, but that guy was hot. And like, he's frustrated. I understand the frustration, but I also go, hey, like, I don't know. Take a deep breath.
no.
What are you gonna? Is Zach LaVine gonna start like dominating because you're like MFing him?
And even there's people like in this world where they spend a lot of money, so they just feel like they're entitled to do certain things, and it's just not the case.
What if he was saying things that were just true though? He's just like being respectful and just yelling.
But he wasn't just yelling. You saw the video, and it's like,
Well, he's trying to be calmed down by security.
Forward though, if you're, you can yell those things from your spot, but then if you're like coming forward as like a threat in any way, it's like it's all about protecting the players, the court, all that. So
yeah, fans are frustrated, man. I get it. It's not easy to watch sometimes, and when people, like you said,
yeah.
pay a lot of money for these tickets and they see like that first quarter, or they see some of the mistakes in a close game in the fourth. It's like, it's frustrating, but
you also have to control. I mean, we keep talking about control what you can control with players as humans. It's like, as fans, you have to do the same thing. And
a Suns fan got ejected too. I saw a video of that. I mean, dude, and then we said this before, and I don't know in these cases specifically.
Yes.
So I'm not speaking on these cases to be fair, but in general, I'm telling you, when there is a Thanksgiving Eve game or like right around Christmas time game, let me just tell you, the crowd is enjoying it.
Meaning the
They
alcohol
are throwing
is
them
flowing.
back. I thought alcohol consumption was down. Not at the arena tonight.
No, it's a different,
Dude.
it's a different crowd sometimes. A different crowd.
Jeff in the chat says, "Oh, he's 100% right for ripping LaVine." Yeah, but again, these are human beings, and like you don't know him, so like let's talk to people respectful.
And
too.
even if he is, he is, it's like we just said, like how I would go about talking to any human being, even if I wanted to criticize them. Like your approach has to be not that.
But hey, you know what? It's tough times. Another super chat from the gaming. I can't see the full name. Donate $5. How do you guys get home so fast? Walked past you guys as soon as the game was over. Barely turned the TV on, and you guys were live. Do you go live at G1C?
No, we live.
Oh.
This is actually Golden One Center that we are in right now.
We're not too far away from Golden One Center, so it's pretty easy. What about the super chats from last game to enjoy some fun? Because I didn't acknowledge those from last game. Oscar donates $2 with some sack facts. Callie Trucker said, "How far do you guys live from your podcast studio?" Oh, it's pretty close to the arena.
Center.
Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Jacob says, "The air feels fresh now." LOL, because of the fog. Donates $2.
Oh, that was after a win.
Yep. Carlos donated $2. Appreciate him. Eric with 10. Thank you. We appreciate all the super chats that come through. Steven, thank you so much for the $2 donation. Seawalk donates $2. My Kings fam still got my love for my Deuce and Mo NWO hoodie.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yes. Anthony donated $5 and Fire the Laser. Keegan Murray watch donated $5 saying Keegan's overrated. Ha ha ha. STFU. And those are our super chats from last game that we missed. We apologize. I apologize. That's on me.
Appreciate you guys for all the super chats and everything, all the support.
Yes,
truly.
Yes. If you haven't done it yet, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. We got some other things to talk about, but we got to mention that we are presented by our friends over at Sacramento Vineyards and Winery. Morgan,
LeBron James put out this thing today about Thanksgiving, and it was about some tips, and it was all about wine and what you should drink, what you do, and I seriously, retweeted it being like, no, you need to try Sentivo wines. It is so good. I love Sentivo wines. One of my favorite is the cab that they have. It is absolutely fantastic. If you want to go get some bottles for the holidays, obviously Thanksgiving, it's a little late, but for Christmas time, for all the times that you're going to be with family, gifts, all the things, and especially if you're in Sacramento, it's a local wine. It's a wonderful family. They're all Kings fans. Make sure to go to SentivoVineyards.com, or you can head to their tasting room in Sassoon Valley.
Yeah, appreciate their support of the Deuce and Mo podcast. Also presented by friends over at Medic Ambulance.
Medic Ambulance has set the standard in emergency medical services for over 45 years now. From life-saving responses to being the team behind the scenes of your favorite events, Medic is here to serve. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Also, our Black Friday sale is still going on. DeuceandMo.com. Click on merch. You will see all of our awesome merch. Basketball Sicko merch, like Morgan's wearing. Deuce and Mo hoodies, original hoodies. Deuce and Mo NWO style. Deuce and Mo gear, hats, mugs, glasses. What else? Oh, how about Shut Up and Light the Beam? That's a little bit of a throwback. We don't like take anything down. Once it's up, it is up. You can get it at DeuceandMo.com. Click on merch. Our promo code is HO, HO, HO. You'll save 10% off your order. Thanks so much for supporting us. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Yes.
Morgan Reagan.
Where are you at?
Where am I at? Trying to think if there's anything else I want to touch on this specific game. No.
We got Suns. We got Kings.
Yep. Let's get to our Butcher and Barrel player of the game tonight.
Well, it's easy. I don't even care that the Suns won. It's
Mark Williams.
We're going straight to Keegan Murray. 100%.
You guys think Keegan Murray
Yeah.
should win it for the third consecutive game?
Tell me if I'm
He's
wrong,
been back
people.
4 games. We're going to give it to him 3 times in a row.
You didn't do a poll? Do you only do a poll when they win?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, me just noticing that. No poll, but do you guys agree? Keegan Murray or Mark Williams?
Well, Mark Williams deserves the love we gave him. We gave him a lot of love.
Mhm.
Gillespie was awesome. Or what do you call him?
I don't even know.
Okay. Well, I think it's simple. The chat says it.
Oh.
Multiple people are saying it. Let's do it. The Butcher and Barrel player of the game. It's Keegan.
Oh, we've missed that.
You like that?
We've missed that. Is that what he said?
Yeah, G-Man on
Do
that.
it again.
Our Butcher and Barrel player of the game is Keegan.
Oh, we've missed that.
19 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He played 38 minutes, and that's when he had foul trouble too in this game, right? Early on. He's our Butcher and Barrel player of the game.
If you're going to the Kings game, before every single Kings game, you can go to Butcher and Barrel. It's literally across the street on K Street. It's
Dude, the
absolutely
food
wonderful.
is unbelievable.
Oh my God, is that the Wagyu burger? And oh yeah, they have a game day deal, $38 for that burger, a shot, and a beer. But also, again, another place around the holidays, if you're looking for a place to bring the family to go eat, it's elevated dining, but like no one needs to be fancy or anything, especially before Kings game. You know, that's my favorite thing about it. I'll never forget one of the first times, and it was before we even partnered with them, trying to go to Butcher and Barrel, and I was like, oh man, am I not dressed right? Because like I do not do my hair or dress up unless it's for a Kings game pretty much. And I walk in and I just felt so comfortable, so normal in my jeans and my crew neck. So
Hell yeah, it's a great spot. Check it out. Just a block away from Golden Once and our Butcher and Barrel. And also, I love this picture of Keegan Murray screaming.
I know. Frame it on the wall.
Young Keegan turning into
Frame
a
it.
man.
Turning into a man.
He does. He looks more grown up, right?
He does.
Yeah.
People age. People get older.
I know. Except me. It's just like God, Deuce, you've kind of looked the same for the last 10 years.
No.
Like, how do you stay?
You had a little bit of a glow up.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. I said a little bit. So
More than a little bit.
keep it cool.
A little bit. Let's give some love to Deuce Mason.
Oh.
While we're here being thankful for things.
Oh, no. We're good.
Down about 11 pounds in the last 2 months.
Give me a hell yeah!
Congratulations.
Look, man, those suits in September were not fitting.
And now
Your boy was getting a little thick. A little off season. I went Luka Doncic on you. The
You can-
reverse. The old Luka.
you can see it in your face.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Skin looks better too.
Just locked in.
Yeah.
You know,
Good
when
for
you're locked
you.
in, you're locked in.
Mentally,
and I'm going to keep this
physically.
going. Well, one of the things real fast on this before we get to it. Last season, the entire season from October to April, I
Yeah.
worked out 51 times. That's not very good. Breaking news. It's not very good. First, almost 2 months of the season?
Uh-huh.
19 plus 19. Yeah, I'm over 30 now. 31
Wow.
workouts.
Congrats.
I'm going
So
to
that's like
smash that.
3 to 4 a week.
Yeah.
About that.
My goal is like no fewer than 12 workouts a month.
Dude, that's during the NBA season. Like it is It's really like, think about it. San Francisco days. When we go to San Francisco for NBC Sports California on a game day, it's the full day
Yep.
surrounds a game day. Like, it's not just like, oh, you go to work and do a show and watch a game and then you're good. It's an entire day.
It's a busy day. Yeah.
Entire day of work.
And so you have to push yourself to go to the
Yeah.
and
Good
walk
job.
in. And I've
Go
just been
early.
dialed in, focused on
Yep.
what I'm eating, working out, walking. The other key is not eating the fucking cookies at Golden One Center that are so good.
I had my first one this season.
Hey,
Wasn't even worth
what?
it.
Okay.
And I think because it was next to an oatmeal raisin cookie and it tasted a little bit like
I
oatmeal
used
raisin.
to pound 2 of those in the pregame. Cookie
Dude.
monster.
Deuce.
Yeah. Now my new gimmick is 1 a month.
Good job. I had my first one this
It's just
season.
a subtle tweaks, guys.
Yep.
It's a subtle tweaks. I know you guys don't really care about this, but I just need to mention that. How did I even get on that?
We went to Glow Up and then you ended
We're
up.
talking about Keegan Murray and how Keegan's
is a man. Yeah. And then
I'm going to say Keegan Murray, since he's been back, is contributing to my happiness.
okay. That's good. But then it's bad if he contributes to like the downfall of your
No, he
happiness.
wouldn't. He's just, I'm just so, I have loved his game for a long time, and now to see it grow
And
in
like
this
other
way,
people appreciate it. And not that I need other people to appreciate it, but it is so fun when people see when we see the potential of something and then other people like it's like in front of their face. Like,
Yeah.
you can't miss it. I'm like, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Morgan,
Yes.
do you want some trade rumors?
Ooh, yeah.
We're going to get to them in a second.
Okay.
But I do want to get to our moment of the game presented by J Street Dental. Moment of tonight's game. This is a tough one. Because I
Okay.
think writing it down, you definitely have to note the 41-16 first quarter.
Jesus. Okay, fine.
I
Fine.
think the other thing that has to be noted, 0 assists
Okay.
in the first.
Well-
That is still a staggering number. The Sacramento Kings had 0 assists in the first quarter. Looking at my notes, God,
You know which one I think of, but I don't want to put it on there.
I know exactly what you're going to say. The Zach LaVine dunk?
Yes.
That was such
sick.
a sick-ass dunk, dude.
It was so good. We could put it on there because but it doesn't
It's
tell
not
the
moment.
story.
It's not the moment.
Okay, okay.
I'm going to say it's the Keegan back-to-back threes
Oh.
and him screaming
Oh.
after.
Or it could be the Keon 3 and then running back, getting the block in transit.
That's a great one. Those
Yep.
are the two
Okay.
big moments, I think. But man, Malik Monk had that block at the rim on Goodwin
Oh.
too, and then Keegan was pushing the other way, dished it to Monk, who hit
Yeah.
a 3 to block a shot, come back and hit a 3. That was awesome too. Damn.
I
That's a tough one.
I know. I like those two. I think those two.
Man, the Keegan block on Booker. Yeah, let's go. Keegan's 3. Yeah, Keegan, because those back-to-back Keegan 3s cut it to 9. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, back-to-back Keegan 3s.
Okay.
I'm gonna put he yells. Keon 3 and block, and then Monk block and 3.
Yeah.
I think we'll remember those.
Someone
moments.
else is saying the Keegan scream is the one.
Dude, it was such a good one. Like
Yeah.
because it's
Keegan 3 and block.
It's
yeah.
this whole thing the first few years. He's so quiet.
Or
He doesn't
Keon
do
3.
anything. You know, he's so quiet.
Yeah.
He's just no emotion.
No,
and
and-
you could tell he is feeling himself
finding
right now.
his voice, finding his confidence.
And the Kings need to find him more often.
Facts.
Give him 20 shots a night.
That is our J Street Dental moment of the game, enriching lives and enhancing smiles. Head to jstreetdentalgroup.com. You can also check out their sister office, Sacramento River Dental. Like I said, all run by the most amazing people. They're all Kings fans. They're so cool. And they make cavities fun. That's my thing. I mean, literally every single time I've had a cavity, I'm not coming out of there mad.
Look, I actually listened to their advice and I
Shut
avoid
up.
cavities.
Shut up. I mean, so did I.
So
half
since the
my
Kings
life.
lost, we get to pull out a moment
Oh.
from the moment jar. And sometimes it could be special, right? When you go in the J Street Dental moment jar and look back for the last few years, there's some great moments. There's also some bad
Yeah,
ones.
there
But
are.
could it be worse than tonight? I don't know. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want me to pick it?
The blue one. Blue or purple, don't pick.
Okay.
Because that's this year. Okay. I'm handed to. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't like the paper ones. Okay. We go to February 9th, 2024.
Okay.
The 23-24 season. The Kings won 46 games that year. Kings go and beat Denver 135-106.
Whoa.
Domantas Sabonis had a triple-double in that game.
You reading your handwriting?
I'm just laughing at like my notes. I noted De'Aaron Fox's defense on Jamal Murray. I wrote down Alex Len wins jump. Was there a critical jump ball? You think you remember these moments, and then I underlined Monk dunk.
Monk had a really nasty jam.
And then you know my other gimmick. I go back and look at February 9th.
Alex Len wins the jump. Like, what is that?
It must have been a crucial jump ball. Maybe someone in the chat remembers.
If you remember the Kings game.
Wow, dude, what a triple-double it was. Sabonis had, let's see here, 17 points, 17 rebounds, 10 assists. Man, back in the day when he dropped dimes all the time, dude. I do miss that. Jokic, wow. Jokic had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. What a pedestrian game for him, huh? No, it's kind of crazy to look at it like that. They just absolutely hammered them in that game. Yeah, it was balanced scoring. The leading scorer off the bench, Malik Monk. He had 23 points. Trey Bay had 15.
Trey Bay.
Alex Len, 11 points.
Wow, and won a jump ball. Or the jump.
This person in the chat says he thinks it was Alex winning the jump ball in the beginning. I don't know. I don't know.
And now we'll never know unless we go back.
We'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah. No, it's so funny.
That's so stupid. Why did I write that down?
I-
I'm gonna do some digging on that. Anyway, those are our moments of the game presented by J Street Dental. Morgan Reagan, let's get to some DMZ. This is our chance to go to trade rumors because guess what? It might be right before Thanksgiving, but the trade rumors are percolating around the NBA. Hoops Hype busted out one today. I called it Real GM earlier, but this is from Hoops Hype. And they talked about what's next for the Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
Again, I caution everybody, this time of year, there's a lot of bullshit. You're going to hear rumors. Some of them don't really mean anything. It's just chatter. It could be like some reporter talking to like a scout who heard something from another person who heard something like, yeah, they might be doing that. And it's like, hey, they are exploring it. It's so funny how these things work, but we all eat it up. So he wrote that the Sacramento Kings were among the teams to inquire regarding the availability of Ja Morant and have signaled the franchise will gauge the trade market for Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan. While exploratory conversations checking in on Morant didn't gain much traction, let's take a look at the latest intel Hoops Hype has gathered on Sabonis, LaVine, DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Keon Ellis, and Coach Doug Christie below. Okay, a couple of things.
Yeah.
Sam Amick also reported this week in The Athletic that Scott Perry, in his conversation he had with Scott Perry, at the bottom, he noted, according to the source, that Perry would not have interest in Ja Morant, Trae Young, or LaMelo Ball, for what it's worth. Anyway, on to Domantas Sabonis. Talked about all of his credentials and that he has been a little frustrated this year. Sabonis has been disappointed with Sacramento's downward trajectory since reaching the playoffs and his usage at times under Doug Christie, league sources told Hoops Hype.
Okay.
While Sabonis his rebounding has remained consistent, his scoring and assists have dipped in 53 combined games under Christie over the last 2 seasons. For comparison, Sabonis averaged 19 points, 7 assists under former coach Mike Brown during the 2 seasons prior. I mean, it's just different teams. Of course, it's going to be different. All right?
100%.
My goodness. He notes that he's owed $42 million this season, $94 million combined. The following 2 years, it would be a sizable financial commitment for any team interested to absorb in a trade. The trade markets for Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan have been relatively quiet thus far, with the exception of 2 recent new items. The Bucks have conducted background due diligence on LaVine. I love NBA reporters. You just say they've looked into it. The Bucks have conducted background due diligence on LaVine. Just makes me
Good
laugh.
for them.
No disrespect. It's funny.
Yeah, I get it.
However, nothing's imminent as the Bucks are still without Giannis. Should Milwaukee's interest in LaVine become serious, it's worth noting that Bucks forward Kyle Kuzma and Kings governor Vivek Ranadive both invested in a new women's professional sports venture called Major League Volleyball, and Kuzma had been linked to the Kings via trade rumors for several seasons. I mean, okay, that one seems like a stretch. They're both invested in a volleyball league.
Well, when this happened, when Kuzma was on
That's right.
Washington,
They dapped each other up at midcourt. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, so it's fine. It's fine. They can go with that connection. Yes.
If Kyle Kuzma ends up in Sacramento, I'm going to laugh after all these years.
I
All the connections, it doesn't really make much sense
no,
at this
it
point.
doesn't make any sense at this
And
point.
if it was part of Levine makes so much money. How would the Bucks even match that contract? That's like really tough for them to match.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
All right, next up on DMZ, DeRozan, who was once linked to the Clippers in a recent report from The Athletic, is owed $24.75 million this season. Next season, guaranteed only 10 of that. That's all on that. Following Sacramento's 5-year, $140 million extension with forward Keegan Murray, the most coveted player on the Kings roster has been Keon Ellis, according to various NBA execs who have spoken with Hoops Hype. Many executives around the league have been surprised by Ellis's declining playing time with the Kings this season, despite his 3-and-D skill set. Some execs around the league were surprised when the Kings didn't decline Ellis's $2.3 million team option for the season and work on a new deal when he would have been a restricted free agent this past summer and had leverage. However, with Sacramento's $3.2 million below the luxury tax, a new deal for Ellis in retrospect would have likely put the Kings over that threshold. Instead, Ellis will enter unrestricted free agency in the summer of 2026, and the Kings, or a team that acquires Ellis via trade, will have his bird whites. The Indiana Pacers have been among teams to express interest in Ellis this season and have previously targeted him. Okay. If that's true, again, DMZ, I'm making a rule. Everyone talks about you can't make trades with the Warriors and Lakers. We're not making a fucking trade with the Indiana Pacers again. Not for another 20 years, all right? We got one over them years ago with the Artest-Peja deal. Sweet. Brad Miller signed and trade. They were involved with that 3-team trade with the Spurs, where the Kings ended up moving off Pollard and Hedo. They got Brad Miller. That worked out great. The Sabonis Halliburton trade. We're not doing this anymore. You cannot trade Keon Ellis to the Indiana Pacers.
You're being
That's
dramatic.
my rule.
You're being dramatic.
This is I was telling someone tonight about this. Who was I talking to? I can't remember. And this could be wishful thinking. This could 100% be wishful thinking. I look at Keon Ellis and think he's a winning player. You admit winning player.
Yeah.
You could call him a role player, whatever, but just like a 3-and-D guy who's a very solid player in this league. How much does he command on the open market? I don't know. And I understand playing the game if you're Sacramento of like, we don't want to pay him too much because we're going into this situation, but we like him. My wishful thinking is this is just part of the process right now. And once they move off some of these vets, it opens up time for Keegan. And come February, they ink a new extension and he's with the team. And there's no free agency going into the offseason. They sign him in February.
If they believe in him and his talent and his future and his potential, blah, 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 whatever, then I hope that is the case. If they don't, then there's no, I mean, like we've seen this before.
Yeah.
You can't sell or try and convince someone who already feels a certain way about him. And I don't know that to be true, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes it feels that way, but it felt that way last year, even under Mike Brown. So, like, I don't know.
But even tonight, you see him come into the game, he just impacts things.
Again, you're
what I'm saying though is even if you don't think he's a 30-minute a game guy, and you don't think he's a starter, like
depth,
exactly.
Like I'm so with you on that, and I think he is so important to today's NBA, even with his flaws or what he lacks with his size. It's just 3-and-D. And even if it's just a report and like a whole bunch of teams aren't super interested in him, which I can only imagine that teams are because of the way of where the NBA is going. And when you can find good contracts or, cheaper guys, however you want to put it, more affordable guys, then yeah, that's how you want to build your team. And we're seeing the NBA trend in that direction too, of just understanding the importance.
with the second apron. But if someone pays him, I mean, I don't know. Someone in the chat was like, God, he's going to end up going to the Miami Heat and crush it.
I mean,
and be a
probably.
stud. Someone else
Honestly.
says, if Keon ends up on the Lakers, I will be mad. Yeah, I mean, Keon's a good player. I think he'd help a lot of teams in this league. I just hope it ends up being in Sacramento.
Even watching Jake LaRavia with the Lakers at times, it's like super annoying. And it's like he was here for a second.
And that one in hindsight, I mean, it's not even hindsight.
No.
We kind of knew at the time. But the fact that, like, the Kings gave up second round picks to go after, like, Valanciunas and LaRavia, when LaRavia situation, like, they had really no control over. Like, they could literally only pay him a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
And the Lakers just went over it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
And of course, and it's like you have the opportunity to play with LeBron James and Luka Doncic.
Yeah. Dude, by the way, watching them last night.
Screw them. Austin Reeves, man.
Austin Reeves is an all-star this year,
Yeah,
which is
100%.
crazy. I mean, he's averaging 27 a game. I mean,
He's averaging 27.
yeah.
I didn't
I'm
know.
pretty
I didn't
sure.
realize it was that much. I mean, he looks like he's averaging 27 the way that
Dude,
he's playing every
sometimes
single night.
he just looks unguardable out
Yeah.
there. He's averaging
So smooth.
almost
Oh
28
my.
points a game, 7 assists, 5.7 rebounds, shooting 49%. Not great from 3, though.
His
32%.
handles, his ability to get someone on his back with that hostage dribble,
To
create that space, to create a lane for himself, an angle. It's tremendous. And it happens every single game. And every single time I'm like, wait, like what's the answer? Like, how do you guard that? What do you do? And teams will figure it out, but still, they're not right
Yeah.
now.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know how many people would have predicted he could be an all-star. And then he's a guy that's going to make a shit ton of money in the offseason.
And he deserves it.
So, let's get to Thanksgiving Eve.
What are we thankful for?
Yeah. Do you want to start? Why don't you start us off for this live chat? First of all, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you. Yeah. Thankful for all of you. I mean, I feel
How
like,
about this? Before you dive into
Yeah.
yours, a quick together thank you. The sign lady
yes,
and her husband, Nico. Look at this.
dude.
They made us a new sign tonight.
We did a sign, like a jersey swap. We did a sign swap, but we didn't know we were going to do a sign swap. We were just bringing them the jersey that I made for Halloween. And it says, "You're a slam dunk sign lady." And I tried making it just like hers. And then they surprised us with a sign for us. And so we did a sign swap. And it was the cutest, coolest thing. It's just iconic that we've 2 sign lady signs, but this is the one. This is
says,
special.
Deuce and Mo are MVPs of King's live shows. They didn't just want to put it toward TV because, of course, the podcast.
Yeah. How cool is that? Super sweet. Thank you guys. Thankful for you guys and your support always.
She spends so much time. They spend so much time making these signs for players. They're so positive. Like we can all get down
Yeah.
sometimes. I feel like they're always positive. They bring a shit ton of signs to games,
Yeah.
and it's supportive. It's cool. And to get one from a Hall of Famer,
Mm-hmm.
that was really cool. So very,
Very cool.
very thankful for that.
Yeah. Iconic.
Yeah.
I am super thankful for, I think every year I know, like I say, like I'm super thankful for all of you, your guys' support, everything. Like, I just need you to know, like, that every year and the way that this keeps growing is just like, yes. But I'm also super thankful for the creative freedom. And I just understand more and more in this business of media, how important that is to have and to build your own thing. And it's so special in so many ways. And like, it wouldn't be possible to do that without all of you. Like, it truly takes a community. And, that community is huge for me. And then my family is just like, also just, it takes a village of support and love in all the different ways. And I'm just so freaking thankful to be in my hometown, doing what I love the most. And with so many wonderful people.
Was that it?
That's it.
When are you going to get the part about me? Do you have anything about me or anything? Or were you saying that for like final thoughts?
You're part of it. You're part of all of that.
I didn't hear.
You're
I
good.
have to go back. Can we go back? and
You're
hear?
good.
Did you
You
say
don't-
anything about me?
You don't need to hear your name, stupid.
That's
You
insane.
good.
That's insane.
What do you mean?
And it's changing my thankfulness toward you.
And it shouldn't. If you're,
I'm just you were gonna be maybe even a primary focus. I don't need. I had this all written out too. Let me
wait. Was I really going to be like one of your top 3
go
thankful
cut
things?
that out. Let's see. I don't need that.
I'm thankful for my
She-
ability to get in shape and lose weight when I
Okay.
need to. I love myself. I'm Deuce Mason. I love that I can make this podcast run without anyone else, and like without me, this podcast would be nothing. I
In all
love myself
one of the things you said, the creative freedom part, is so true. Like
forever.
over the last
thankful.
year or two, we've definitely had interested parties in this podcast,
Yeah.
and we are we've been very reluctant, but you'll listen. What's going on?
Yeah.
But it's just like for us, it's just us. There's nobody else. Sorry, Jebediah, we don't totally count you all the time.
Sorry.
And there's just something so freeing about it. It's something that because we have this community and we can try shit. No one's gonna be like, "Why'd you do that segment?" It's like it's just us.
It's just
you know what I mean. It's just fun.
Us.
This is not something like if you're like a network producer, but why are they talking? Why are they reading that comment at this time? No, we're just being
Why
us.
did that
and that's
clip
fun.
not do as well as this clip? Like, who cares?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if even thousands of people liked it and not tens of thousands, okay.
Yep.
I don't value myself on that.
We do this because we love it. It's like we're artists, man. We're just trying to paint a picture and have some fun, dude.
Here he goes.
You know what I mean? Shit. Wow. What am I thankful for? Where do I begin?
I thought that's where you did begin.
That wasn't. I was just adding on to what you were saying about the creative
Jesus
freedom.
Christ.
Yeah. Of course. Number one, you guys are amazing. We say it almost every year. We would not be where we are today
But
if it
it's
wasn't
so
for
true.
you guys supporting us, and it means more than you know. And it also means a lot when this team is not performing at a high level, and you guys still come and
Yeah.
support us on the live chat or after when you download. All of you who download, who watch us back on YouTube, it means everything. The other thing, and some of you guys are included in this too, but from Morgan to so many people, my mom passed away this summer when I was on vacation. She passed away at a young age. And I didn't have like a super tight relationship with her the last 5 years. And it was something I had to come to accept over time. But when she passed away, it was, of course, the grief and processing all those emotions, which some of it I felt like I was already processing her loss before she died when I was, when I'm going to therapy twice a month. But going through that process of feeling everything that comes with losing someone, especially your mom, is a lot. But the outpouring of like love,
Oh my
and this
God.
may sound crazy to some, I didn't realize like how many people cared about me until that moment.
Yeah.
And I know you do, and I know I have close
yeah,
people,
yeah.
but the amount of people who not just like, hey, I hope everything's okay, like hang in there.
They said
Just
nice
like
shit about
deep,
you.
meaningful things that impacted me like so much, that gave me like, wow, I think I didn't get a lot of that all the time as a child in my
Yeah.
childhood. And so to get that from people I don't know, people I've known for a long time, people who I just like worked with over the years, I was really thankful for that support during a time where you're like, yeah, I could use that support.
Yeah. And now Deuce is going to lie about people dying in his life, so he keeps getting that same support.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But no, seriously though, you told me a lot about that during that time, and I got to see how it did impact you. And I always get to tell you, like, I get to validate you and tell you, like, I'm proud of you and like say these things. I know you've heard that from my family, from obviously podcast listeners and everything, but like when you really got to hear it from just like so many people that have been in your life, for years or just like closer friends in these past couple of years, like, yeah, it's, I'm really glad that you got that.
Thankful for my mental health.
Yes.
Going to therapy twice a month now for about 2 years has been a game changer for me. And I think it's changed me in ways I didn't even realize. And going to therapy is not like, I always tell people, I'm not like, hey, go to therapy. But like, I always look at it like this. Your life is just this big boulder, right? And going to therapy, like you're trying to get deep in. There's some things that live inside you that you don't even realize, right?
Everyone.
There are feelings I have had and I processed during therapy that I did not know I had. And you're just chipping away, you know, and slowly
it's not like a negative work. It's like a good. It's
no,
like
it's
a
good.
work.
Yeah, you're just chiseling away. You're just chiseling away. But it doesn't happen overnight. Just like if you go to the gym, you're not just going to go to the gym once and get ripped. You're not going to go to therapy once and just feel like, hey, everything's better. Like I'm not going with those intentions. I'm just like chipping away and understanding my emotions and how I process things and how I evolve in processing things. And to be honest with you, I think back to how many times during our podcast history on these shows where like there was definitely unhappiness that I didn't even realize I had.
Yeah.
I mean, how I would react to people in the chat.
Oh my God.
Me
Just
and
like
you would get into it so much more often. And like, look, some of it is because Morgan can be awful sometimes. But some of it was just because I had things to work on. And there was a lot that happened in my life with my grandma passing in that season, the Beam team year. And I didn't even like, I just kept working. It was just such a big event in my life. So anyway, I'm just thankful to be in a good spot. Like I feel better than ever right now. And it's a really good spot to be in. What else?
And Deuce just
I got
wants
another,
to be
no.
thankful.
I've got
about 700
I just don't want to miss anything. The other thing I was going to say I'm thankful for, honestly, we mentioned the podcast listeners, but just in general, being a Kings fan is not easy. But like the other night, I know we talked about on our podcast, but that Minnesota game, from the start, this team came home after snapping an 8-game skid, and you would not have known it in the building.
No.
And it just made me thankful that I am from Sacramento.
Yes.
I'm a part of this Kings community, growing up as a Kings fan, and I live in a town that deeply cares about its basketball team. And not all markets you can say that, you know, and I'm not going to like throw shade at these other markets, but Sacramento is unique in that way where they've seen a lot of losing and been through so much over the years. And I'm thankful to be a part of that, where you go walk into a building and it could feel like, oh, what are we going to see tonight? And you just feel the joy and the passion from everybody in the building.
Some people will be like, why was I born a Kings fan? God.
I think I said that on the pod this year.
And even you've said it. But I've heard other people, you know, saying like, I was born into this, man. And like, God dang it, I couldn't be born into like, you know, Boston Celtics winning everything. So you, not only do you learn so much more when you see these challenges, but then you also see the good, and then you go from like this greatness to bad to a little bit of good, whatever. But it's so true what you're saying is that you get to see this special connection even when things aren't great. And then that support is just like there's nothing else like it when people come together and have that support for.
Remember the video we watched back from the game the other night when Russ had the turnover, then he immediately steals, dishes to Keegan, who hit the 3 in overtime to make it 110-107.
Yeah.
The place erupted. I'm like,
my God.
There's not another market in the NBA that would erupt like this in this moment. It was like reminiscent of that play that we always play from the original Beam team year where Herter hit the 3 late against Utah. And, you know, Mark Jones is like, golden one, take it away, or whatever he said. That was awesome. And that Keegan Murray pop. Yeah, that's what it was. The mic is yours. Yeah, love that line.
Me too.
But Keegan hitting that, and like I'm just like, I live for this. I live for this. I'm so thankful for this.
Inject it into my veins.
Please. So there's a lot more I'm sure I could get to, but
he'll save that for the Christmas episode.
Oh, trust me, the Christmas episode when we really break things down, huh? We appreciate you guys so much for being here along the ride. We will have a new episode again Friday. We'll be doing that show from San Francisco after Kings Jazz. Will be on pre and post game that night as well. That's another thing. One more I'm thankful for. Dude, I've been on pre and post game a lot to start this season.
I know. And it's
Do
awesome.
not Keon Ellis me late in the season.
I know. You know how that's what I had the
Just
first
kidding.
5 years of this.
I know it's been so fun.
I'm finally
We've done a
getting-
lot of games
Yeah.
together, and our crew has been just getting to know them, because that's the thing. When you don't work all the time, you don't get to know everybody. And now it's like, oh, I'm there a lot more,
Yeah.
and you're building relationships. We're trying new stuff on pre and post that you push for.
Our producer
so
accepts
fun.
the challenges, like all
Yeah.
the things, and everyone's great there. So yeah, we lucked out.
Anyway, that's all. That's all.
That's it.
I have 100 more things.
I know.
We appreciate you guys so much. We'll be back Friday. We love you guys, but we gots to go.
You all have a wonderful rest of your night and a wonderful Thanksgiving. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.